tonight, I've come to Bodmin to meet a musician who is a legend in the West Country. He's rehearsing for his latest tour in the hall behind me. He is the incredible Al Hodge. When did music first start in your life?
Probably age 12. The Shadows were the first band that started me off, listening to Hank Marvin on the old radio. I thought, that's it, I don't want a paintbrush, because I wanted to be a painter or decorator, see.
Right.
I thought I want a guitar. So I begged my dad for a guitar, and he went up in Plymouth and bought me one.
I hadn't seen him or the Mechanics, so I watched the first set and the fear was already in my eyes because Al was just such a monstrous player. He was just absolute raw power to sublime, delicate touch. He was just a consummate player, and he would frighten any guitar player.
We grew up as kids in Bodmin. We played football together and all things like that, and the music came next. When Al went to secondary school, you know, he played that famous foot tapper thing.
Yeah, he was 13 years old, but he was too young to be in the contests with the band. So he basically played lead guitar behind the curtain, and they won.
He joined the Jaguars and was part of that. It was Beatles, it was Shadows, it was covers of the day. Al left then to go professional, and I took over on lead guitar from Al in the Jaguars. But he came back to Cornwall and joined the gin house because Dick gave him a job on the building site. You know, we weren't just a group, it was a gang really, you know, with the original double-wheeled transit mattresses in the back. He's so quick to learn things, you know. When he was playing in the Jaguars, we used to support big bands and he'd stand there watching the guy, you know, the lead guitarist.
Mrs. D. Pennington wanted some Eric Clapton, so did Bodmin.
And then he'd go away and he could play it for the next day. Note perfect, you know.
Johnny Lloyd of Plimpton wanted some Jimi Hendrix.
Who did he rate as guitarists go?
He loved Clapton, he loved Steve Lukather, Larry Carlton. Absolutely loved Larry Carlton. I mean, his biggest inspiration when he was young to ever start guitar playing was Hank Marvin.
He was working from the sawmills and they needed a bass player. He got in touch one day and the Mechanics was born out of that.
The session men have formed a band called the Mechanics. Alan Eden is their drummer and one of the men who runs sawmills.
The studio here allows us to finance projects, otherwise we wouldn't have the money to do. We can get in for a day in between paying customers work.
Thank you. Hello, welcome to the show. Introduce you to the band. First of all, there's Dave Quinn on bass.
Dave who?
Dave Quinn. Our skin specialist. Behind here is Alan Eden.
What sort of skins?
I'm Big Al, collectively known as the Mechanics, so if you want an oil change, don't come to us. Catch you, listen to this.
You were just 17, in between angelic and the slightly obscene, but just 17. Shame you're just a picture in a magazine.
The owner of the sawmills knew an American keyboard player called Billy Livesey. He was Leo's MD. Leo said, I need a rhythm section. So Billy said, oh, I've just been recording with these guys that are called the Mechanics. He said, you should give them a spin.
toured with Leo for a couple of world tours for over a sort of 3 or 4 year period, and he missed us, he missed Mum, he missed Cornwall. He genuinely didn't feel like he wanted to do the Leo thing anymore, and it wasn't just the Leo, it was just he wanted to come home.
Al Hodge from Cornwall's been playing the local circuit for years, but not with this enthusiastic backing singer.
I was at work at the Bodmin fire station. I had a phone call from Mum saying Dad had a funny turn. He had been completely well up to then, absolutely fine. One thing led to another, blood test, and then all of a sudden he's having sort of MRI scans, etc. And that's when the news broke that he had a brain tumour. No matter how, far gone Dad was and how close he was to the end, he still had those moments of humour.
The very last gig he did, there were times when he was struggling now to hold it together, but he still played great guitar.
The last time I saw her, I was in the hospital and went and just chatting to him, and I was giving him a hug, and he just said, "You're a lovely, gentle man, Steve." And I could feel it sort of running up, and I gave him a kiss and said goodbye, and knew that was going to be the last time I see him.
And a couple of days later he went. But a couple of weeks later, the most extraordinary sight outside the church in Bodmin. The whole town seemed to have come out.
Oh yeah.
It was full of musicians. It was a beautiful day. I remember it. I remember people saying, "We've got to do something for your dad." And it was easy, Tam, because everyone knew Dad, everyone wanted to help. It's 2007, we had the first L-Stock, it was going to be a one-off, and here we are now in 2000 and literally nearly 21, and it's gone from strength to strength.
It's nothing better than being on stage and lights up and...
Off you go?
Yeah, great, I love it.
Do you guys still play Mechanics songs together?
We haven't since the last time we played with Al.
No.
It wouldn't be the same. It just wouldn't feel right, how do you replace him,
That's all we've time for, how the minutes fly by. This is Al Hodge in Bodmin for West Country Line.